Sejam bem-vindos a mais um vídeo, pessoal. Espero que esteja tudo bem com vocês e hoje vamos começar mais um vídeo de Hogwarts Legacy. Muito obrigado pelos 406 inscritos, pessoal. Muito obrigado mesmo. Agradeço de coração e vamos continuar. E por favor, fiquem até ao vídeo e vejam até ao final para que tudo dê certo, por favor. Porque esta obra de arte vamos começar mais um vídeo de Hogwarts Legacy. Vamos começar. Tivemos na última, digamos, no último episódio. Basicamente estivemos a lutar e ganhamos todo o campeonato de batalhas varinhas. Agora o que vamos fazer? Ok. Temos de ir para um dos jogos mais incríveis também, onde envolve muita magia, muita franquia de Harry Potter. E para lá, pessoal, vamos lá. Vamos agora para a aula de Herbologia, por mais que não seja uma aula muito, digamos, interessante para todo o mundo ou para todo o fã, digamos, de Harry Potter, mas também é uma boa aula para quando queres ser herbologista, né? E queres aprender mais sobre plantas e queres aprender mais sobre a cultura de plantas. E vais ter o conhecimento à base do muito bom. Temos quase a chegar ao nosso destino. Vamos dar aqui um bocadinho nosso pezinho para nós andarmos mais um pouco. E vamos até lá. Vamos aprender algumas coisas sobre a herbologia e tudo mais. Vamos lá para ver o que é que vai acontecer. Descer estas escadas e iremos estar presentes lá. Mais uma aula.
Good morning, Professor Garlick.
How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here, you'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie. Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together. How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacular than the bouncing bulb. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears.
Bem, se recordam no Harry Potter de utilizar esses óculos para não terem esse problema. Ao tirarem a planta ele vai gritar por isso. Atenção. Vamos lá puxar. Mandar por. E vais embora o deste. É isso.
The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease.
É muito fácil fazer isto.
Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone. Now for our next task, we'll be planting dittany at our potting tables. If you can all get started, I need to have a brief word with our new student.
Ok, vamos falar com a professora Garlick.
I wonder if hippogriffs like knotgrass.
Yes, Professor.
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. they can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
Actually, I enjoyed it. I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neeb. Wonderful! A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Niffler's fancy or roses?
Ok,
Dittany's
vamos
restorative
colocar
properties
este
make it a
small
vital
planter.
ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion,
Fora
as you
aqui.
all should know from Professor Sharp's class.
Já, agora vai demorar 9 minutos e 50 segundos para isto crescer.
Well done! Once it can be harvested, your Dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Ok. Agora vamos encontrar com o líder Pruitt.
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages. Up the... Nice work in Defense Against the Dark Arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian. And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him. Here we are. Home of the Chinese chomp... Go on. Grab a few of those. Now,
Aqui
see that dummy?
apanhar todos os
Just
Chinese
toss the cabbages
shopping
at it.
cabbage.
And they'll do the rest.
Apanhar todos para termos aqui no mapa. Que vai ser servido para nós mandarmos ou lutarmos contra alguém. Neste caso é para nós atacarmos ele.
Look at that.
Ok.
Well, chomp
Sim, sim,
get
ok.
their
Ela vai atacar.
mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the
That's
gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but... Well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
I suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup, even if it is from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
Vamos voltar à sala de aula, neste caso, né? Vamos voltar à nossa aula de Herbologia. E deveremos falar com a professora Garlick, provavelmente.
As much as water. And with that helpful
Okay,
reminder
thank
as
you.
to why we
So
should
very good for
always
that.
wear our dragon
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Thank you, Professor, but looking after plants isn't all that thrilling to me.
I think you'll come to see that the fruit is well worth the labour. As we herbologists like to say, tend to your plants and they'll tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Ok, já terminamos mais uma questão por causa da Herbologia.
Hope those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only cost me my...
Ok. Vamos fazer mais uma aula. Aula, não sei o que vamos fazer agora, né? Vamos fazer basicamente mais outra missão principal. Bora lá. Já saí daqui. Temos espaço. Mas aqui é mais uma aula, mas das expressões. Onde são uma das aulas mais guiões de dificuldades. Mas onde é que nós vamos ser com esta aula? Será que vamos ser? Ainda vai ser com o diretor. É pior.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan-Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wigan-Weld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wigan-Weld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin. Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients.
Vamos mexer aqui.
Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous.
Mais outro, só mais um. Mais outro. Ok, já está a ficar com o aspecto daquela versão que o professor mostrou no início. Agora é dar-lhes o sentido anti-hierárquico.
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippins, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time round.
Ok, já temos aqui uma função. Neste caso é para a vida, ou seja, para nos dar mais útil, o que é bom.
My parents considered keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of a...
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
He did say that. He wants me to get more ingredients to brew another potion.
Brilliant! You, my friend, have been presented with an extraordinary opportunity. You remember me, don't you? Gareth Weasley.
Ah, yes. We met in the common room.
Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
I'll get you the Fwooper feather, as long as you're certain Sharp won't miss it.
I assure you he won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
Ok. Vamos coletar a fazer, neste caso, a poção, né? Vamos coletar alguns ingredientes, neste caso, para conseguir a poção.
Fwooper feather you wanted?
Brilliant! Thank you! This is going to take a moment to brew. You should get back to brewing your Endurance potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
Ok. Vamos retornar quando isto estiver já feito. Está aqui escrito.
Potion as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
I'm sorry, Professor. I was merely trying to help a friend.
Taking responsibility for one's actions does go a long way with me. I shall assume that you've learnt a lesson. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical, given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all.
Ok. Quem sabe com
I
quem
think each
falar
of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
Wasn't expecting that literally to blow up in my face. It was rather brilliant, though. I'd better clean up. You should finish
já
brewing your potion.
mais um
My
nível
robes are going to reach
nível avançado, neste caso mais um nível ganhamos já estamos nessas ok, já chegamos ao sítio, vamos para a
He's brilliant. Are you dealing with a partner?
Yes, Sebastian.
Then let's get started.
We
E
can
bora
make this
lá.
a real victory.
That's the spirit.
Tá. Você vê, não se esqueça da... É isto. Fogo.
Incendio.
Isso. Ataca, ataca. Boa.
Stupid. Come on.
Agora. Isso. Vai chegar.
Accio.
Vai. Vai. Isso, vamos. Bora. Defenda. Tapa. Isso. Já.
Incendio.
Isso.
Incendio.
Boa. Mais outra incêndio. Defenda. Tapa. Isso. Defende quando for preciso. Não desistas. Vamos. A parada de 5 minutos para o total. Isso.
Protego. Levioso.
Isso. Boa. E espero que tenham gostado deste tipo de vídeos. Só espero que tenham entendido. Subscrevam no canal, deixem o vosso like. E até o próximo vídeo. E compartilhem o vídeo também. E tchau, pessoal. Até o próximo vídeo.